Hello students, I welcome you all to this session. I am Vishali Kikan and today in this session we will be talking about the tutorial based upon EMFT and wave propagation, and in this session we will be talking about the coordinate system. We have already talked about three types of coordinate system: Cartesian coordinate system, cylindrical coordinate system and spherical coordinate system. Now in this video we will be seeing how, if I have a particular object, how I can apply a particular type of coordinate system. Okay, so if I have a particular object, with the help of the symmetry of the object I will be choosing a particular coordinate system and I will be finding out the area, the length and the volume of the particular object with the help of the given coordinate system. Okay, so let's begin with the first object. Here our object is ABCDEFGH. This is our object. Okay, so here you can see, here it is having the square symmetry, so here I can easily use the Cartesian coordinate system. Okay, this is a rectangular type of object and there is no need to use the cylindrical or spherical coordinate system. Okay, so now here we have to find out the EF. EF is the differential length. Okay, so here we have to find out the differential length EF. Okay, so now in the Cartesian coordinate system the differential length was given by the differential length was given by dxax plus dyay plus dzaz. Okay, so now we have to see the coordinate E and the coordinate F. Okay, so it is given in the question that x is varying from 20 to 30, y is varying from 30 to 40 and z is varying from 5 to 10. And if I see this coordinate system, this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis and this is my z-axis. Okay, so here I can see x is varying from 20 to 30. So the lower coordinate of x will be 20 and the higher coordinate of x will be 30. The y is varying from 30 to 40. So the lower coordinate of y will be 30 and the higher coordinate of y will be 40. Similarly here we have 30 and 40. Okay, so now if I see z, the lower coordinate is 5 and the upper coordinate is 10. So here you can see this is the lower coordinate and this is the upper coordinate. So I need to look at 2 points E and F. What is the coordinate of E? The coordinate of E is 20, 40 and 5. What is the coordinate of F? It is 30, 40 and 5. Now I have to see the change in x. So the difference in the x is 30 minus 10, which is 10. So okay, I have 10ax. Now I have to see the change in y. What is the change in y? It is 0. Here also it is 40 and here also it is 40. Now we will be seeing z. In the z direction also we have 0. So I can say EF is 10ax. Okay, so this is how I can represent my EF. Now the next thing I have to find out is EFGH. Okay, so when I have to find out the area in this object, how I can find out the area? Area can be easily found out by multiplying the first axis with the second axis. If I know what is EF and if I know what is my FG. Okay, so EF multiplied with FG will be giving me the area EFGH. Okay, so now EF is, I have calculated it, it is 10ax. Now let's find out what is FG by the same formula. Okay, so now here you can see the change in x is 0, the change in y is 0, but the change in z is 5. Okay, so here I will directly put it as 5az. So now if I have to find out EFGH, I will be multiplying these two. What will be the direction? Here I am multiplying the x coordinate with the z coordinate. So the direction will be perpendicular. Here the direction will be AY. So here the area will be 50 AY square units. Here also it was units. The dimension is in units. Here it is in square units. Now coming to the volume. Volume is really straightforward. You have to see what is the change in x, what is the change in y, what is the change in z, and we will be multiplying all of them. So here you can see what is the change in x. It is actually dx, dy, dz. So what is the change in x? It is 10. What is the change in y? It is again 10. And what is the change in z? It is 5. So I can say it is 500 square units. Sorry, cubic units. So this is the volume. Volume we can really find out really straightforward. So in cylindrical and the spherical coordinates also, we will be directly finding out the volume. Now coming towards the cylindrical coordinate system. So here this object is given to us. We can see this object is having the cylindrical symmetry. And what are the coordinates given here? The coordinates are given of A, B, C, D, which are the Cartesian coordinate system. Okay, these are given according to the Cartesian coordinate system. How we can verify it? There is no degree. So whenever we have the cylindrical or circular coordinate system, our coordinates will be in degrees. Okay, so in the case of cylindrical coordinate system, here we will be having phi coordinate, and phi coordinate is either in degree or in radian. In the case of spherical coordinate system also, we will be having our coordinates in phi and theta in degree or radian. So this is how we can differentiate. Here it is given that x coordinate is varying from 0 to 10, y coordinate is varying from 0 to 10, and z coordinate is varying from 0 to 20. So here we can see this object is following the cylindrical symmetry, and I want to apply the cylindrical coordinate system here. Okay, so you can see here we have this object, and first of all I will be converting all of these points to the cylindrical coordinate system. Okay, so I will be converting the point A, point B, point C as well as point D in the cylindrical coordinate system. Okay, so here you can see I will be starting from the point D. So here you can see the D point is having the radius is equal to 10. So here the rho is 10. So I can write the cylindrical coordinate system as cylindrical coordinate system are represented as rho, phi and z. The z coordinate will be directly written down. So z coordinate here is 0. So here also I will be writing it as 0. Now coming to the rho I can see here it is 10. So I will be writing 10 here. Now what is phi? So here the phi is the angle which is making with this axis. So here this point is on this axis only. So here the phi will be 0. So this is how I can easily find out the cylindrical coordinate for the point D. Now moving to the point C. Here again you can see z is 0. So I can directly put z is equal to 0. Then you can see this radius is 10. So rho is 10. Now phi. Okay, so here D point is on this coordinate and C point is on this coordinate. We know the difference between the two coordinates is pi by 2. So here I can easily write pi by 2 as the phi coordinate of the C point. Okay, so I hope now you understood it. Now A is parallel to the D point. So okay, here we will be having same phi. Okay, so here also we will be having 0 phi as the D. Okay, so it is on the same coordinate. So I just have moved this D point here. Okay, so rho is also 10. Now what is different here? Z is different. So Z is here 20. Now if I see the point B, so okay, here again the point B is the translation of the point C. Okay, so here what has changed? Only Z has changed. So here I can write Z to be 20, rho will be 10. What is phi? Phi will be equal to the phi of C, which is pi by 2. Okay, so I hope now you understood how I converted the Cartesian coordinate into the cylindrical coordinate. Now I have to find out the AB. Okay, if I have to find out BC, I can easily find out the difference between these coordinates. Okay, so here also and here also I have 0, here also and here also I have 10, and here also and here also I have 20 and 0. So difference is in Z coordinate. From the Cartesian coordinate only I can easily find out the length BC. The length BC is 20. Okay, now I have to find out the length AB. We cannot find it with the Cartesian coordinate system. So let's write down the formula for differential length in the cylindrical coordinate system. Okay, so this is the formula. Differential length is equal to d rho a rho plus rho d phi a phi plus dz az. Okay, so now here I have to find out this length AB. Okay, so here you can see what is the point A. Here the point A is there, here the point B is there. Now I will be finding out d rho a rho. So what is d rho? The point A and B have the same rho, so d rho will be 0. So I will be neglecting this. I will not be using this. Now I will be saying the rho d phi. What is d phi? D phi has changed. So now I will be writing down the change d phi. So what is rho here? Rho is 10. What is d phi? D phi is pi by 2 minus 0. It is pi by 2. Okay, so I have moved from A to B. So now I will be subtracting point A from the point B. So 0 is subtracted from pi by 2. So here I will be getting 10 into pi by 2 A phi. Now we will be seeing dz. dz is same. So here dz will be 0 because z coordinates are same. So here the answer is 5 pi A phi. This is what my AB. Now what I have to find out? I have to find out ABCD. I have found out what is AB. I have found out what is CD. So I will be just multiplying them. What is AB? AB is 5 pi and what is CD? It is 20. Okay, so here I can say we have 100 pi. Now what is the direction of CD? It is AZ. What is the direction of AB? It is A phi. So what will be the direction of ABCD? It will be the perpendicular direction from A phi and AZ. So it will be arrow. So this is how I can find out ABCD. Now coming to the volume. So volume is the multiplication of all of the coordinates. So here I will be using the cylindrical coordinates. So what is rho? Rho is 10 and what is d phi? We can see the d phi is pi by 2 and what is dz? dz is 20. So this is how I can easily find out the volume. So it is 10 into d phi is pi by 2 and dz is 20. So this is my volume in the cubic unit. So this is how I can easily find out all of the parameters. Now coming to the spherical object. So this is my spherical object. So here you can see the coordinates of r are given, theta are given and phi are given. Now I don't have to change the coordinates. It is already given in the r, theta and phi coordinates. I have to find out the CG length. Okay, so first of all I will be using the differential length formula. So what is the differential length formula in the case of spherical coordinate system? So this is the formula. DL is given as dr AR plus RD theta A theta plus R sin theta D phi A phi. Okay, I have to find out the coordinates from C to G. First of all, I will be writing down what are the coordinates of C. Then I will be writing down the coordinates of G. This is the first method to find out this, or the second method is using directly this. So it is easy to directly use this formula. So I will be using this formula here. You can see I have to find out change in R. So here I can directly see that there is no change in R. So at the point C and at the point G we have same R. So R will be same. So dr component will not be there. So this coordinate point will not be there and I have to move to the second coordinate. So theta is changing. Yes, theta, here the theta is having different value and here the theta is having the different value. We have to measure the theta from the z axis. So let's suppose this is my z axis. So okay, here this is my y axis and this is my z axis. Here from here I will be measuring. This angle is different and this angle is different. So this is how I will be seeing that there is a difference in theta. So I will be accepting this term. Now I will be moving on to the next term. Here I will be seeing d phi. Phi is from this axis. So here I can see here for both of them I have same phi and I can reject this because d phi will be 0. So I will be directly rejecting this. Now if I have to find out dl, I will be just seeing this term. So here dl will be equal to what is r? So r is here. R is changing from 5 to 10. So okay, what r I will be taking? I will be taking r to be. So at CG I know that r is 10. What is d theta? So d theta here I can see here d theta is 30. So 10 into 30 degree. So now if I have to find in radian, I will be multiplying by pi by 180. So this is how I can find out CG. Now I have to find out the area. For that I need to find out GF as well. So first of all I will be seeing what is changing in GF. In the GF I know phi is changing. So for GF I will be using this term. So here what is r? R is 10 sine theta. At the point G, the theta is the highest theta, so theta is 90. Okay, so sine of 90 multiplied by d phi. How the phi is changing? Phi is changing from 645 to 60. So here I will be multiplying with 15 and pi by 180 radian. Now if I have to find out the volume, so volume here is given by r square sine theta d theta d phi multiplied by dr. So now I know what is d theta d phi dr. I know what is r and I know what is sine theta. So here I can easily find out the volume. So this is how I can find out all of the parameters in all of the coordinate system. I will be stopping at this point. I hope you like this video. If you like it, you can share it with your friends, subscribe the channel and push the like button. Thank you so much.